You are from River State, and that state has seen a lot of political turbulence. You see how things went, and at the end of the day, it does look like things are simmer, and political peace has returned to the state. Are you satisfied with the way things went?
I'm not satisfied with two broad areas. I think the administrator that was appointed, I think he should be made to render account. I don't think anybody should be giving huge sums of money, billions, and then do 6 months and run away. I think it should be made to render account.
Are there indication of possible misappropriation?
It does not matter. If you give me money, I've held positions before. On my own, I render account. I want to have everything well audited. I've run business, audited to show there are people who are in public office who leave proper evidence. Why would he be afraid of rendering proper account to whoever? That's number one. Because also it sets a precedent. Nobody should think that they bring you in as an administrator for 6 months or 3 months. They just come in there, spend huge sums of money and disappear.
Isn't the onus on the president who appointed him?
Sorry?
Isn't the onus on the president and perhaps the national
The
assembly?
onus is on the man himself. He's a decent person to render account to Rivers people and everybody. Federal, Rivers, everybody. If I give you money, so even your neighborhood resources, if those on your street gave you money to do something, wouldn't you render account to them immediately? If those on your street gave you money to do something for them, won't you render account to them?
If he's not rendering account, what are the people of Rivers State helpless?
No. I'm just making the point.
Because it's Rivers money.
I'm not even discussing Rivers. I'm discussing the principle that if you bring anybody in somewhere temporarily as an administrator, you give him huge sums of money. On his way out, he must render accounts. The place should be, but there should even be a forensic audit, so that future people that come in know that if you step into a place, huge sums of money, you will be held accountable. That's a general statement.
Mr. Peterside, you are one person that's spoken up on the issue of electoral integrity.
Yes.
And INEC's role in our elections. We've got a new INEC chairman, Professor Joash Amupitan. What are your hopes about that new leadership and the coming elections? There's going to be Anambra Ekiti.
You know, I will never say never, but the INEC that was led by Mahmoud Yakubu was a national disgrace.
Is that fair to say?
You just have to go on the IREV. If you have time, I'll take you there myself. I'll show you result sheets that they bring out. Mutilated, change. Sometimes they change figures. They forget to change words. They add up. You see, I heard ex-governor Dixon saying in the Senate, he's now a senator, saying that we have to amend the Electoral Act in some important ways. See, and this way our judiciary has not lived up to the required standards. I agree with Senator ex-Governor Dixon that for INEC, the burden of proof should shift to INEC. You can't allow a situation where INEC can do anything, bring out rubbish results, mutilated and everything, and then argue that it's for the victim to prove that what they've done is wrong, when a blind man can see that what they've done is wrong.
If you were President Tinubu, what would you be doing now?
I already told you.
It's a tough call.
I also told you that even when I gave that speech 5 years ago, I mentioned I would do cash transfers across the nation.
They've done over 300 billion, as so they say.
But to who and who did they leave out? Why do you leave out some poor people? I don't get it. Give everybody this even if it's a flat amount. So at least then whoever does not get his own can complain.
Wouldn't that trigger inflation? When you throw those kind of money into
No, sorry. They claim they're spending almost the same now, or a large sum anyway. There's no inflation created by spending money that you have. That's not correct. Inflation typically comes from the type you're thinking about. If you're printing money, when you don't have resources. Here, the government has gotten the resources, like you said.
Yeah.
State governments have more money. LGAs have more money. But instead of using the money to improve the lives of the people, it is being captured by the elite.
Are we out of the woods?
We are not, because the biggest threat is corruption and state capture. So what I mean is that these measures increase the revenue coming in. But if the revenue is just being stolen, then you're back to square one. So I'm saying that what I call state capture is that people are progressively making arrangements so that they capture a larger share of that revenue. And it's only a narrow elite getting that benefit.
Do you have a feeling that there's a high-level corruption going on at the moment?
Of course. Everybody has that feeling. Everybody has that feeling. If you don't believe me, Shehu, go and form a company. Go and bid for a contract in Abuja, civil engineering contract. See whether you get it on merit. As you are going to bid for it, you are submitting your documents and nobody knows you. They will be laughing at you thinking you're a fool. Because most things are rigged and stage managed. They pretend, and it's sad because even employment. I made a comment some time ago that I pray it has changed. A poor man's son couldn't get into an NPC or central bank. It didn't start now. Let me be fair to this government. So what's happening? A group of Nigerians, the elite, many of them got elevated to that position by systems that allowed merit. So their fathers got a position, they got a position. When they got to that place, instead of them to also have a level playing field and open the doors for other people, they basically removed the ladder and started manipulating and rigging everything. So therefore, if you are a judge, the judges will ensure that only their own children become judges. How did they become judges in the first instance? If those before them only appointed their own children, would they be there? So what's happening is that, that's why I call it state capture. Too many people are shamelessly manipulating and rigging things so that only a narrow elite benefits.